Hi friends, I'm Varshini. I studied in Little Kingdom and right now I'm doing chartered accountancy. This is my sister. She's also a TLK student and she's also doing her chartered accountancy course. So, yes, both of us are your seniors. How are you all? I hope you're all safe and good at home. I know you guys are missing out a lot of fun because going to school and studying with your friends will be a lot more fun. I know this because I've gone through that phase as well. Don't worry, let's just hope that things get back to normal and you start having your classes, and at that time you can catch up for whatever you're losing right now. This pandemic has affected everybody, and yes, also it has also affected education as well. Our school is doing its best to educate you all from without you leaving the comforts and safety of your house. That's very important, and that way this is just our small bit. So both of us today will share our knowledge on ratio analysis. Before we start officially into the lesson, like what is ratio and how it is expressed and all of that, I'll share with you an incident. So there is this really interesting neighbor that I have, and it's a small boy. His name is Akon. I was curious at first, why would a kid be named Akon? And later on I found out that his name is Egambaram, and his parents, they have shortened his name and they're calling him Akon. And this boy is really naughty, and he's always on his feet, running here and there, doing stuff. Sometimes I find him playing outside his house with some rope or something. He'll do his own science experiments and all of that. So this boy was very naughty, and I slowly started becoming curious about this boy. Just seeing him itself, I could figure out that he'll do good in his sports and he's also good in his extracurricular activities. But I wanted to know if he could perform well in his studies, because I wanted to know if he was able to sit down at a place, concentrate and focus on academics. So I went up to his father to ask how he performs in his studies. The moment I asked him, his father came up with like 20 sheets of paper. You know parents, right? The two parents of small kids, when you ask them about their kid, they get super excited and they start telling you about each and every bit of what the kid does at school, at their home, and all of that. The same thing happened. He came with this 20 sheet of paper. It had that boy's marks from class tests till his terminal examination marks. It had everything like unit test and worksheet marks, class test marks, and all of that. I think his father expected me to go through all of those sheets and come to a conclusion, but that's not practical, right? That's not possible for me to find out that kids performance within a short span of time just by looking at so much of data. So the question that I asked remained unrevealed. I mean, I didn't get the answer for my question. So somehow I managed to come out of that situation, but still it was unanswered. I couldn't get any conclusion. So this for this information to get revealed, for the information from unrevealed to get revealed, it has to go through a process. This process is very basic. You guys being in 12th grade, it's not something new, so you will know this. So first, marks will be the raw data that we have. This is what I got from the kid's father. So I got all the marks that the kid scored. So this marks has to be analyzed, and only after analysis it has to be presented in a report card in some form, in a form that is very crisp, and that will reveal the data, that will reveal the data in a meaningful manner. That is very important. So marks that I received from his father, it could be like marks that the kid got in unit test, it could be his terminal exam marks, then class test marks, then worksheet marks, then marks that is allotted to him for his assignments and practicals. Or this is the source of data. So from this source, when we analyze, we will get meaningful conclusions. So how is the analysis done? Analysis can be by expressing it in percentage. We usually do that. We express our result in percentage, then we also compare our results with the pass percentage. For example, if an exam has a pass percentage of 80% and a kid gets through that exam, we can say that the kid is normal or he is an average student. The same way, if an exam has a pass percentage of just 5% and if a kid is able to go through that exam, then we can say that that particular kid is exceptional in his studies. So makes a difference, right? So that is this analysis. And then we have comparing with class average. This also we pretty much do every time. So when we receive our marks, we compute the average for the class, then we compare it with the class average to see if we are above the class average or below the average. And then we also compare with grade parameters. For example, if I score 90% or above, then I will be graded A plus. Then we have grades like B plus, B, C, all of that. So after all of this analysis, we have this part, that is this analysis and the workings will be put into the report card. So this report card will give us the information about that particular kid. It will tell us about that kid has passed or failed, and then the calculated percentage rank that the kid has been awarded, and the grade he is awarded with. The class is pretty much similar to grade. It is first class, second class, we usually tell that. So this way marks, that is the raw data, will be analyzed and will be put into the report card. If only his father had given me the report card, I would have like within 5 minutes just going through the report card, I would have formed a conclusion about whether that kid was good in his academics or not. So recording data is a primary process. This primary process has to go through an analysis, and after which we get the meaningful and understandable information. This will be through the report card. That is, the analysis have to be put into some form of presentation. Okay, now we will try to compare this incident, that is this story, with that of a business firm or a company to understand ratio analysis better. When we look at a kid, just imagine, when we look at a kid, we want to, what are the different types of information that we will want to know about that kid? We will want to know about the academic performance of that kid, and then we'll want to know about how he does in his sports, then about his discipline, health, fitness and extracurricular activities. This is not the exclusive list, this is just some of the important things that I have listed down. So much the same way, for a business firm or a company, obviously the first thing that we will want to know is the profit making capability. That is, if the particular company is able to make profits, or is the company into losses right now. And then we will want to know about the capacity of the firm to discharge its debts. If the company is able to discharge its debts comfortably, then we say that the company is doing good. If it is struggling to do that, then it's in a risky position. And then we will also want to know about the operating cycles. Operating cycles here means that cycle wherein the cycle starts with the raw material, then the processing goes on, and the finished product is received, then the finished product is made, is sold, and then after the sales we have cash receipts. So this particular thing is called the operating cycle. We will want to know about how many operating cycles a particular firm has in a year, and then about the owner's hold on the company. See, imagine if I have a company and that company is doing good, it's making profits, but all the funds that are used in the company, every single rupee is a debt. I've received loans and I've started the company. So what will be my hold on the company? It will be zero, right? So this is one of the aspects that we will want to know about a company or a business firm. So these are all what are the information that we will want to know. So for knowing this information, we need data. So what are the data sources? So for a student, we have data sources like academic records, and then attendance records. Attendance records will tell us about the discipline of that kid, and then physical education records, then extra activity records. Obviously we'll talk about the extracurricular performance. So all of this are for a student. Same way, if you look at a business firm, we have profit and loss statement, balance sheet, that is the financial statements. So these two will reveal or will give out a lot of data. So these are the most critical sources of data for any business firm. And then we have sales records, inventory records, payables and receivables records. See friends, these three are primary books, so you will already know about these three by now. But I want to talk about this profit and loss statement and balance sheet. This is very critical. Understanding profit and loss statement and balance sheet is very critical for us, because see friends, this is a huge topic in itself. Balance sheet analysis nowadays, a lot of companies are just doing balance sheet analysis as their primary business. They're able to make huge profits. Just go out and search in Google to know more about this friends, because this is a very huge topic in itself. We will study one or two aspects of this balance sheet analysis and profit and loss statement analysis. So now, after we know about the data sources, we will want to know about how we analyze. So for a student, these are the different types of analysis that will be done. This we have already talked. So computing percentage, we will do past percentage, we calculate, and then we compare with classmates, and then we also compare it with some standards if there are any. The same way for a business firm or a company, we will compare one item to another. These are the different type of analysis. Again, this is not an exclusive list. These are some of the important things that I've listed down. Once we get into the chapter more, we'll come to know other different types of analysis. So one thing is we compare one item to another item. Example, if I say that I've received a profit of rupees 100, it makes some sense. But friends, if I say I've received profit of rupees 100 for a sales of 200, then that means more, right? It makes more sense than what I said previously. So that way, if we compare one item to another, we will be able to derive more conclusions. Then we have percentage. This is obvious again. We calculate percentages like GP percentage, then we calculate net profit percentage, and then comparing with industry standards. This also happens very usually, because for example, say if I have a company and I'm making a profit of 20%, and in my industry usually other companies like me, they are making a profit of 25% or 30%, then I will say that I am below the industry standards. So I will have to probe more and understand, or I will have to locate where I have made faults and why I am not able to meet the industry standards. That is one thing. And then financial standards, we do have financial standards. So we will want to meet financial standards. So that way also analysis is done. And then frequencies or turnover. See friends, here turnover does not mean sales. Turnover means the rotating cycles. It could be rotating cycles of working capital, could be of debtors or of creditors. It could be anything. So right now you will not have a clear picture about this, but when we go more into the chapter, you will get a clear picture about what turnover or frequencies of turnover are. And then comparing with past data, this also we do. That is, if I have received a profit of 20% this year and I have received a profit of 25% last year, then I will have to dig for reasons why I am not able to achieve last year's profit percentage, or why I am not able to achieve more than last year's profit percentage. So that way analysis will be done. After analysis, like we already discussed, we will have to put the analysis in a presentation form, wherein just by looking at that presentation we should be able to come to a conclusion about the data. So that way, for a student we have report card. Report cards will usually reflect all of this. And then for a business firm, we have profit to sales, current assets to current liabilities, debt to equity, debts to total assets, inventory turnover, receivables turnover, and then interest coverage. All these are different ratios that we will be learning. So these ratios are the outcomes that we get after analyzing data that we receive from these sources. So the sources of data will be analyzed in different ways like this, and then we will arrive at outcome, that is the ratio. So ratios are the outcome. Just by looking at the ratio, we will be able to conclude about the performance of a business or a company. So now we have compared the scenario that we already saw to that of a business firm. Now we will look into what financial accounting and management accounting is. See friends, from your 11th grade you are studying accounting, so you must have studied about recording transactions, primarily recording transactions, right? That is journal, and then moving on to ledger, and then making trial balance, preparing financial statements and other similar statements. So all of those are coming into financial accounting. Financial accounting is recording, grouping, totaling and summarizing the financial transactions. This goes into financial accounting. So financial accounting is more like it reveals the quantitative results of a firm. It is not qualitative, it reveals the quantitative results of a firm. And the basic purpose why financial accounting has to be done is just to evidence and document the financial transactions. See friends, right from recording a financial transaction as a journal entry till preparation of financial statements, that is balance sheet or P&L, all of those process, maybe for a business, for a company or for a partnership, all of those comes under financial accounting. So whatever you've learned till now in your accountancy syllabus is financial accounting. There are many more aspects of accounting, but one of them is management accounting. So for now we will just know about what management accounting is. Management accounting is analyzing, computing and interpreting the financial statement. See, until preparation of financial statement it is financial accounting. Now management accounting starts after the completion of financial accounting. So management accounting is from the financial accounting you have prepared the financial statements. So analyzing those financial statement is what we will learn in management accounting. So what is the main purpose of management accounting? It is to analyze and interpret the financial results for the purpose of decision making and administration. And likewise management accounting reveals the qualitative aspects of a firm. So why do we do management accounting? Again, the purpose is for the management to get a better understanding about the company. There are so many uses for different purposes. We use management accounting, but the main purpose is to get it, we want to make a decision. So to make that decision we use different tools and techniques like ratio analysis and all of that to analyze and interpret financial statements to get a decision or to understand the company better. So that is management accounting.